Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Oh, there's us, Lucy.
Oh, hi.
Welcome to our 7th quiz.
Is it the 7th?
I think so, yeah.
Well, roughly
Honest,
7. 7, give
I
or
lost
take.
count somehow. We've got about 16, 17 teams playing this evening. Do you want to do the bit that you're super excited about?
I'm so excited. I think everybody's excited about this. So tonight, we do have a special prize for the winning team.
It's really good as well. You'll definitely want to win this.
Yeah, of course you will. So if you are ready, look. It's a Lucy and Duncan lockdown quiz tea towel. There. Wow. No home is complete without one, I would say. What do you think? Well, worth £9.
It's actually a terrible tea towel as well, by the way. It's like a table mat.
It's really thick. It's really good quality for a tea towel.
It's awful. But it has got our names on, so that makes it mint.
Yeah. And the fact that it was locked down in May this year.
Yeah.
So.
Good job.
Now, remember, no using your phones, no Googling, you're only cheating yourself. I bet everybody gets 100% to get this tea towel tonight. That's what will be happening.
Hang on a second.
What are you doing?
Just making an absolute mess of this.
I can only envisage everybody's excitement now. Everyone's going to be like, right, let's do this. Let's get the tea towel.
I mean, we've already said... Hazza says he's already got one. Paul really wants it, apparently.
Everybody wants it. Everybody wants one. No home is complete
Does
without
Does Paul use a tea towel?
Well, probably. He makes his own curry sauce.
Ah, that'll be it.
Dry the dish after he's washed it.
Adele says no holds barred for that prize.
See? Cutthroat.
Anyway, we are sponsored by seriouslyfish.com, as you may notice. Lucy has been frivolously spending money for no apparent reason. It's almost as if she can't go out. Between branded. Thomas trains, rubbish presents, and branded t-shirts.
It's not a present.
So to make our money back, if you wouldn't mind, go on seriouslyfish.com.
Wendy, did you see the tea towel?
Why don't we just hold it? Why don't we just hold it up sporadically throughout?
This is what you could be winning. Look at
that. Yeah, so that's magnificent. Should we jump straight in?
Yeah, we might as well.
The things you'll need, as usual, are a pen and paper, sense of humour, at least 4 brain cells. I should have upped that, to be honest, because a couple of my rounds are pretty nails this week.
Mine not
by our previous standards, so I do apologise if it's a hard quiz. There will be 6 question rounds. There is the picture round as well, which was up at the beginning, and it'll come back up at the halfway point. We have a break of kind of 3 to 4 minutes halfway through, and the picture round will be up for the duration of that. Write the answers down as you go along, and let us know your scores on YouTube or Messenger or WhatsApp or however it is that you otherwise intend to communicate with us.
We haven't really had a chance to QA this week's quiz, so just prepare yourself for a few errors.
There will be typos and errors in Lucy's rounds, for definite. Let us know your team names if you haven't already. Let us know your team names. And I think we should just get stuck straight in. So round 1 is general knowledge. And what... Oh, sorry, I thought I read a message on YouTube there. Question 1. Who invented the light bulb? It's also highly possible that some of the answers on the questions throughout this week's quiz could be a bit up for debate. So if you think...
Not mine.
No, mine, I mean, because usually I do a bit of research on the questions, I just haven't had time. So question 1. Who invented the light bulb? Question 2. For those of you that are new to this quiz, you may see the anagram annotation every so often at the bottom. It's just there to kind of help you out on some of the tougher questions, or some of the questions are anagram questions specifically. Question 2. Who painted the Mona Lisa? Lucy's drawn an elephant.
It's pretty good.
Who painted the Mona Lisa? Question 3. Who is the current Pope? It's a bit of a tricky one, this one.
I don't know who it is. I don't think it's hard. I think it's really hard.
I'm
suppose
not
if
sure I'd
you-
go so far as saying hard. I suspect at least
If
50%
you're
of our
Catholic
audience can
or
get it.
follow, that kind of thing, you might get it.
If you're Catholic or follow that kind of thing.
Like Catholicism.
I do follow it on Twitter, actually. At Catholicism is the Twitter handle. They're funny, like. They are funny. Question 3. Who is the current Pope? Who yet? Question 4. What is the fastest land animal in the world?
I knew this one.
You did?
You asked me.
But your original answer was you, which is incorrect. Faith is asking for a Seriously Fish t-shirt. Faith, you absolutely can have a Seriously Fish t-shirt. They're only 37 quid. So if you just PayPal dunk@seriouslyfish.com, send us 37 quid plus probably a $5 for delivery.
We need
Okay,
one
send
where like
one
the
out.
Seriously Fish logo just splashed all over the front.
Do they do extra large?
Well, that's what these are.
Hey! Mine's not. Mine's a trendy medium. Question 4. What is the fastest land animal in the world?
Stop checking your phone during your rounds.
I'm allowed to. I can multitask. Not you. Question 5. Where in the human body would you find the medulla oblongata? Do we have any doctors on the stream? Don't tell me.
Well, the only 2 doctors I know haven't replied to the message saying, do you want to?
That's because they don't like you. It's okay. If I'd asked them, I'd guarantee they'd be here.
I even sent a photo of the prize.
Why didn't you send a photo of my face?
Oh, I didn't want to put them off for life. I think they're just busy this weekend. You can dish it out, but you can't take it. That's your problem.
That is unacceptable. Question 5. Where in the human body would you find the medulla oblongata? I'll leave that on the screen for a second.
Why? If you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah, true.
Reading the question again.
Waltz has put in chat that he is a sports scientist. I can't wait to find out that he gets the answer wrong. Can't wait until he gets the answer wrong. Question 6. Which country allowed the first gay marriage? I wonder if there's a question about this on his story.
Probably talk about it as a PE teacher.
Dan's now calling him Sports Dr. Walt. Dan, don't say that. You know what he's like. You'll love it. You'll absolutely love that. He'll be going back to work changing his email signature to Sports Dr. Walt. Question 6. Which country allowed the first gay marriage? Question 7.
Such a hard question.
This is right.
Such a
So
hard
Lucy
question.
and I debated this yesterday. She thinks this is absolutely nails. I guarantee that at least 50% of our audience will be able to answer this question. So let us know afterwards. Let us know. Actually, just let us know now. Let us know if you think you know the answer.
My mum says we're out of sync again.
You're joking. Can anyone confirm that we are out of sync again?
My mum just said we are.
Why does it always happen? Like this amount of
So
time?
don't just do what you normally do and restart the thing.
Yeah, out of sync. Yeah, mint. Oh, Jesus. Right, we'll be back in a second. Okay, we are back.
Are we
Can
in
you let us
sync?
know if we are in sync, please?
In sync?
Bands. Absolute bands.
I wonder if that's why they called themselves that.
I'm going to proceed as if we are fixed, because usually this fixes it. So, America's Republican Party is commonly referred to as the GOP. What does GOP stand for?
It's fine now.
Sweet. Thanks, Devin, Gary, and everyone else. I'm going to say this once more and then jump on, because I suspect you'll have had this on the screen for a little while now. America's Republican Party is commonly referred to as the GOP. What does GOP stand for? Moving on. Nope. Click in the right place. Question 8. What is the collective noun for a group of lions? I am sure there is more than one. I've only written one in the answer, but if you can give us another one, you can have a point. What do you think you're doing?
I'm just catching up on the YouTube chat.
Question 8. What is the collective noun for a group of lions?
Question 9.
What is the chemical symbol for salt?
You didn't ask me this one.
Because I knew you wouldn't know the answer. Don't write it down if you know it. Genius actor. What is the chemical symbol for salt? Waltz says South Africa 2000 to thank for that answer. I don't know if he's talking about the last one, maybe. I'm not sure.
Probably not the salt one,
I think he's talking about the GOP one, yeah.
Or the lines. Nelly.
He did what he did, didn't he? He just had to start. But that's fine. It's gone now anyway. But yes, actually, I think you're probably right, yeah. That would make more sense than the GOP. And last question, round 1. Who founded Facebook? Dale says, well done, Lucy. Are you saying well done because she actually managed to stop herself? Or are you saying well done because she did say the start of it?
Well, we know Dale knows this because when I got it wrong a few quizzes ago,
that's right.
When we were discussing,
he was the one that corrected you, yeah. War Victor, yeah. He gets called Victor Meldrew because he's so grumpy. Question 10. Who founded Facebook? Dale says both. I'm going to leave the questions on the screen for just a second in case you need to catch up. It's beautiful colours
on the PowerPoint this week.
It is. It's a stunning scheme, yeah. The presentation of this quiz is just flawless. Apart from obviously when you're on camera.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go. Answers. Who invented the light bulb? It was Thomas Edison. Leonardo da Vinci painted the Mona Lisa.
Oh, poor man.
The current Pope is George. I don't know if it's George or Jorge. George Mario Bergoglio.
Now, if anybody wants a pre-printed answer sheet for next week's quiz, I'm sure Paul could email that about, couldn't he? That's amazing.
The fastest
Claire,
land animal
that'll be Claire.
The fastest land animal in the world is a cheetah. The medulla oblongata is in the brain. The first country to allow gay marriage was Canada. And the GOP stands for Grand Old Party.
Nobody knows that.
Let us know if you got that one.
Nobody
I guarantee
knows that one.
At least 50% of our audience got the answer to that question. The collective noun for a group of lions, the one that is most common, I think, is pride. Let us know if you have a different answer to that you want verifying. The chemical symbol for salt is NaCl.
Isn't it less than font?
Well,
it's been copied and pasted directly.
No. This is where you're massively wrong, all right? I'm going to give you a lesson in font here. That is a fixed width sans serif font, which means that you can identify the L, whereas if I do a lowercase l, it looks like a capital I in the standard font.
Oh! I like Helvetica.
Hang on a second. I've got something about Pope question. Didn't ask for his original name. Okay, so if you've given... Oh, fair enough. So the Pope question 3, if you've given us the actual... I don't know what the term is for it, but if you've given us the actual Catholic Pope name, i.e. Francis or whatever, yeah, then you can absolutely have a point for that as well. I'm not sure what it was. So either of those is a point. If anyone got Jorge, then you can have 2 points. Give yourself an extra point for that, because it was pretty hard. And the person that founded Facebook was Mark Zuckerberg.
If anybody else has a favourite font, please do let us know.
It's not about favourites, Lucy. It's
unless,
about clarity.
Unless it's Comic Sans, then please just switch the quiz off.
Lucy, don't pretend you didn't used to use Comic Sans for
never
absolutely
used
everything.
Comic
You did.
Sans.
You're an absolute
I
horror.
never used Comic Sans.
Let us know how many you got, please. 7 for the nerds. Wendy got 4. Oh, 5. Sweet. Dan got 5 as well. Oh, 8 for the nerds. Claire says she'll email the answer sheet.
That's a really good answer sheet. Knew it wasn't
6 for Deb and Gary. 7 for they're not called Wrinklies anymore. Oh, hang on, I've just had so James from Table Tennis has joined us as well.
Hi, James.
Hi, James.
James,
got 9.
This is the prize. If you missed it, this is the prize for tonight's quiz.
And previously, for those of you who haven't been with us before now, Sheena and Des have won pretty much all of the quizzes, so we are desperately looking for someone to knock them.
Well, Des isn't playing tonight. It's Sheena
place.
and Phoebe tonight, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Probably get better
Does
scores.
Des contribute? Does Des not?
I reckon they'll get better scores.
And if anybody's interested in our proprietary font,
6. By the way, what
not that grey
fonts
one.
are there?
That's the Lucy and Duncan font.
Yeah, what font is it?
What do you mean?
Comic Sans.
It's not Comic Sans.
It is.
No, it isn't.
It is.
No, it isn't.
It is.
No, it isn't.
Why is it?
It's not.
Anyway, okay. Sorry. Yeah, that's James Bradbury. James Paul says hi. There you go. Paul Jameson says hi. You probably don't know who he is. He hasn't been to Table Tennis for about 3 years now.
I can't remember what Paul looks like.
Anyway, let's get on to the next bit, which is
slogan.
This is Lucy's round. So please bear with us because obviously.
Yeah, I had a bit of a trouble.
There'll be some mistakes. Yeah. Is basically what we're saying.
So basically, yeah, it's self-explanatory. Question 1: which product?
And James says hi, Paul.
Which product claims to be the best a man can get?
Oh, Bill and Avril are on.
Oh, fab.
They're obviously not able to use their YouTube channel. That's absolutely fine. They got 8 in that round. Oh. So some good scores there. A good score. I think the between 5 and 9.
Yeah. So question 1 is which product claims to be the best a man can get? Question 2. Complete the missing word. So again, this is another slogan. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's blank. So some of these are. I think this round's quite easy, but some of them are quite difficult, and it might be harder for the.
Yeah, it's specific. So the Finns are probably going to get 2 on this round. Just for the record, I did tell her again.
And I did look up international slogans
again. So I'm sorry.
Next week, my round is going to be cereal.
I think maybe what we should do is we should just give the Finns an extra 5 points in your round, just to balance it out.
Complete the missing word. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's blank.
Phoebe says she's buzzing because she had a whole set of lessons on phrases.
They teach them young. Advertising and marketing. Question 3. What's the worst that could happen is the tagline for which product? So this particular tagline has been used for years on this product in a variety of different ways. Still used today, I believe. What's the worst that could happen is the tagline for which product?
Dale also says hi to James. Just a bit of a table tennis reunion here.
You don't want to have like that on a different night.
Adele and AJ got 7 in that round. Yeah, some decent scores in the general knowledge. I'm happy.
Question 4. Unscramble the anagram to reveal the slogan of a major supermarket. So
now Lucy's adamant that this is their current slogan. I am not actually convinced.
It definitely is.
Shut up, Siri. You don't know.
Unscramble the anagram to reveal the slogan of a major supermarket. Now, I don't want to know what the supermarket is. It is just the slogan that you need for your answer.
No bonus points, not on this one.
I mean, if you think it's a major supermarket, there's not that many. You can narrow it down just by having a good guess.
Yeah, but that doesn't help, does it? Because you've just said you'd not accept the answer of the supermarket.
But then you can work out what the slogan is if you go there or see the adverts or listen to the radio. So the anagram is Pellets Thy Virile. Is that right?
You don't need to like say an anagram out loud. It's on the screen.
So work it out. I'll give you a couple of extra seconds with that one, and then you'll see it again when we'll put the answer screen up.
I think next week we'll have to come up with a slogan for Sushi Fish, like a radio
Feeling
jingle.
Fishy. That is your slogan.
Like a jingle though.
I can do that. Or we could get me dad and Penny to do that. There's a task. What type of chocolate claims to melt in your mouth, not in your hands?
We'll give them a point if they do that. Give them a point next week.
A tea towel.
You won't. Can't afford 2 tea towels.
What type of chocolate claims to melt in your mouth and not in your hands? I'm going to go on the next one. If you know what you know, you don't need it.
No. We've got non-native English
but
speakers reading the questions. You've got to bear in mind, foreign people are not going to understand your accent.
So that's when
what type of chocolate claims to melt in your mouth and not in your hands?
Shh. The advertising slogan, complete the missing word, and all because the lady loves blank. 2 missing words. 2 missing words.
Don't cover up this. This is our main accent.
Complete the advertising slogan, and all because the lady loves blank. Question 7. Who claimed to be probably the best beer in the world?
What was that aggressive sigh?
Explain when we go through the answers.
No mistakes so far.
Right, there's the answers where the mistakes will be coming in. Like when they're the wrong way around in this last week's answers and stuff like that. But we'll see. Who claimed to be probably the best beer in the world? Question 8. Which product used the jingle, when hands that do dishes can feel as soft as your face? Don't think this one's current.
So
it's very famous.
Yeah, it is quite famous, and it's that's the start of quite a long jingle.
It's not. It's also just the slogan that they used on some adverts as well, where they just said it. It wasn't always the jingle.
It's interesting. Thanks.
It is interesting. When hands that do dishes can feel as soft as your face. Who used
Leave
that?
It there, thank you. Are you aware that since peer pressure, you've stopped doing your interesting facts?
No,
and when I say peer pressure, I mean
I had interesting
pressure.
Facts. I actually have interesting facts coming up about my future rounds in this quiz.
Even when you said that, I nearly fell asleep.
Question 9. Who loves the jobs you hate? So, which product or who loves the jobs you hate? Bye, Tito.
I think Adele's saying that she enjoys this round.
And question 10.
Wendy is the only person, again, sticking up for your interesting fact. No, it was the singing last time, wasn't
interesting. it? And Dale likes it interesting facts.
You've got one.
Question 10.
What? Sam, shut up.
Who claims to make exceedingly good cakes?
I don't know if he's talking about the question or us.
He's talking about the question.
Yeah, he must be. So basically, you've got one supporter.
Question 10, that's enough. That's all you ever need. One person. Question 10. Who claims to make exceedingly good cakes?
Yeah, Sam says the answer is me. Presumably to the last question, which is
definitely the cake one.
Who loves the jobs you hate? But I presume what he means is the answer, because he thinks he is the answer, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I know what I mean. Right, answers.
Dale makes exceedingly good cakes, apparently.
I can imagine that. Yeah, he does a lot of baking, Dale. I've seen it on Facebook.
Yeah. Looks good in an apron as well.
Stop asking for help on the family chat. What's going on?
Cheaters!
Desperate to get this tea towel.
There's the questions. We'll leave them on for a minute. Faith's response was, "Mum, that's cheating. No help here."
Honestly, as soon as you hover a tea towel in front of people,
put a prize in and everyone's booting off. Faith's absolutely livid.
Okay, so here we go. Which product claims to be the best a man can get? It is Gillette razors. Mm-hmm. Complete the missing word. It was Maybelline. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
That was one of the questions that Andy Al was asking for help with. I'm surprised at that.
Yeah, well. What's the worst that could happen is the tagline for Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, that one was a bit tougher.
What's the worst that could happen? Unscramble the anagram. Every little helps. Tesco. You don't have to have the Tesco bit.
And you don't get an extra point if you've got Tesco.
No, but it is every little helps. What type of chocolate claims to melt in your mouth and not in your hands? M&M's. Complete the advertising slogan. It was milk tray. All because the lady loves milk tray. Remember when that man at your school auditioned to be the milk tray man?
Yeah, that's right. What am I saying? What have I just done there? Have you sat on the buttons or something?
No, but the dog probably has.
Oh, that dog.
Who claimed to be probably the best beer in the world? Carlsberg. Which product used the jingle, when hands that do dishes can feel as soft as your face? It was mild green, very liquid.
Don't confuse everyone by singing completely the wrong tune.
Who loves the jobs you hate? It's Mr. Muscle. And it
AKA
was
Sam Walton, apparently.
Yeah. And it was Mr. Kipling who claims to make exceedingly good cakes.
Let us know your scores. Finns, let us know if you got above 2. I suspect you didn't, and I do apologise for that again.
You've got to mix it up. We can't just have the same boring stuff week in, week out. Next week, serial killers.
Yeah, but that... No.
Get revising this week, and you'll do well on your serial
Bradley's
killers.
in the YouTube chat now and got another 9 in that round. Oh, Dan got 9 as well, mainly because of Sarah. Excellent. Well done, Strakes. That's a cracking score. Or well done, Sarah. Sorry. That definitely.
Everybody did well on that round, from what I can see. So push your mouth.
Oh, the Finns got 4.
There you go.
So I reckon the Finns probably got Gillette.
Dr. Pepper.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Gillette, Dr. Pepper, Maybelline, and Carlsberg.
M&M's.
Nah.
M&M's is worldwide, man.
So 6 for
10
Charlie's
for Sheena
Angels.
and Phoebe. It's almost 10. Like Phoebe's been learning about this in school.
Yeah.
Now, is that homeschooling in preparation for this week's quiz when I said we were doing a slogan round?
Probably.
Will got 10. Will and Claire, well done. Sport.
9 for Wendy. That's a cracking...
Why did you say bye-bye tea-towel then, Wendy?
No, because in the first round she did alright. I think she got 6, but there was other people that got like 9.
Well, the first round was impossible, that's why.
Walt's got 9. Good effort. Well done. I presume that was mostly Helen. And when he said...
You're such a feminist.
I got 9, but I'm sure Minstrels also used the same for number 5.
No.
Nah, I don't think so. Wendy. Correct otherwise, but no, Dr. Pepper got the fairy liquid. Mint. Okay, so round 3 is sport. I'm going to apologise in advance. I think this one might be reasonably tricky. I can't remember.
It is tricky. You read them with me last night and they're ridiculously hard again. And I'm the one who gets wrong for my questions being hard, and you put in Well,
no, so I've made the geography and history round. This quiz is pretty tough. But we've got some excellent geographers and historians.
What was Chris Akabusi's dad's favourite sport when he was 6?
Give us a second to inhale that banter. Oh,
if you're unsure, just put Chris Akabusi.
Question 1. That's not the answer to this question. Chris Akabusi is not the city that the football stadium, the San Siro, is in. The San Siro football stadium is in which Italian city? Wendy says they did. Wendy, if you can provide a screenshot of some proof for that, you can have an extra point. Question 1. The San Siro football stadium is in which Italian city? Oh, Adele says she thinks it was as well.
I'm going to Google this.
Question 2. In a second. 7 for Bill and Avril in the previous round. They're doing well as well.
That's what it was in the 80s. So yeah, you can have a point if you put minstrels, if that's the case.
Okay, there you go.
Fair's fair.
Yep, fair's fair. Feel free to amend your scores. Question 2. Where is the 2023 Rugby World Cup?
So it must be the same company.
Held?
I wonder if they know that they're using the same slogan for both products. Because it is
it could well be, yeah. William and Claire got 10 in the previous round.
It's amazing.
I've just found an ad where they sing it on YouTube, says Wendy. Question 2. Where is the 2023 Rugby World Cup being held?
Tracy says nowhere. Chris Akabusi.
It's only 2020. What nationality is tennis player Novak Djokovic? I read a thing today.
Is this an interesting fact?
Kind of, yeah. well, a bit of title. There was a prominent scientist who believes that it's possible that our immunization to COVID-19 may force the virus to cease to exist before we are able to make a vaccine.
What?
Yeah. I didn't mention this to you because your brain will not be able to
honestly,
comprehend
that's
that.
Just like...
Lucy and I, after she'd had 3 glasses of wine last night,
I was having virtual drinks with Tanya.
Was talking about we were talking about the economy and economics. That was fun. Question 3: what nationality is tennis player Novak Djokovic? Wendy says they're all marketed by Mars.
There you go. Interesting fact via Wendy.
Yeah, thank you, Wendy. That was an actual interesting fact as well. Lucy, can you?
Interesting fact. I don't like Mars chocolate.
Right, that's not an.
No, but I like M&Ms.
Question 4: Janove Waldner, Zhang Jike, and Deng Yaping have been notable players in which sport? Lucy, look, right. I can't even see it. And I know you're making stupid faces.
When most people do a sports quiz, it's like who presents match of the day.
The thing is, right,
so that people can actually answer.
The thing is, if you had the requisite 4 brain cells as determined earlier in the quiz.
So now you're insulting nearly all of our audience.
No. What I'm saying is, you can have a guess. You can definitely have a guess at this based on 2 of those names. You can definitely have a guess. Sis, no, I don't think the one that I saw was Karol Sikora. Actually, it was an English guy. So if a few scientists are saying,
I don't think, but
don't you get involved with
it. It comes back more virulent when it's been
virulent.
Comes
back more virulent.
It does.
Not virulent.
Virulent? It's a virus. A virus.
Virulent.
It's not a virus.
Question 4: Janove Waldner, Zhang Jike, and Deng Yaping have been notable players in which sport? Are you laughing at, man?
No, it's just a total inside joke for me.
It's not an inside joke, it's in your own head. Question 5: who are the current Solheim Cup champions?
Another easy question.
Again, at least. Well, I'm not going to tell you that, Emma, because otherwise it will be a giveaway. At least 60% of the audience will get this question. I'm gonna explain it to you on here.
Ugh. Nobody's going to know that.
You see, man. Just because you don't know something does not mean... Don't say that out loud, by the way, because that's massive giveaway. Question 5. Who are the current Solheim Cup champions?
That one. That's where it's been... I think that's off the Des 40th birthday. Oh, sorry. Sam's asking where the mark on the wall came from behind us. That one there, I think, is off the sellotape from Des's birthday banners when we did the Des 40th special quiz.
This question seems to have very much divided the audience, by the way, because we've got some people in your camp saying they don't know what the Solheim Cup is, but then there'll be a lot of people that do get the answer to this.
What other side? Is it the mark on the wall he's saying? Is it me?
He's probably just trolling you, man. He's probably just having your life. Question 6. Where was the rumble in the...
I know this one.
Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman fight in Zaire in 1974. Is he maybe just talking about the corner of my seat?
I don't know. He says there's a mark on the wall behind you, but I don't know if he's trolling me to get me to turn around.
Yeah, right,
because there is a mark on the wall behind you, but it's off the sellotape from the Des.
And you can't see that on the camera. I mean, there's the camera. Just have a look.
The walls are sparkly.
Question 6. To be fair, maybe just done with that. Where was the rumble in the Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman fight in Zaire in 1974?
George Foreman? Yep. The griller?
Yep.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting fact there.
At least I think it's the same bloke.
I think it might be.
No, I'm pretty sure it is, yeah. Same bloke. Question 7. In feet,
no, you're never going to get it.
How high
I'm going to get another beer.
Basketball hoop?
Never going to get it. Come on.
Yeah, go on.
Never going to get it.
If you don't know, which you probably won't, because we have no Americans on the stream, just have a guess. Think about how much higher a basketball hoop is than you. and take a guess. It's a nice round number. I'll give you that as a clue. Hazza, the previous question, the Muhammad Ali one, I'm looking for the name of the fight, not where it was actually located. That was a bad worded question. I just didn't have time to fix it. In feet, how high is a basketball hoop? Ow! Feet got numb. Question 8. Vladimir Klitschko is a champion boxer from which country? Cheers, pet. Oh, he was being funny.
Sam was.
No, hasn't.
Oh.
Banter. Vladimir Klitschko is a champion boxer from which country? If you know the answer to this, or if you've seen his face, you can probably have a good guess.
This is a ridiculous...
He's canny nails.
Ridiculous sports round. It's so hard.
It's really not. I mean, yeah, I guarantee we'll get people to get 10 out of 10 on this, no problem.
You haven't got any questions in about...
Actually, I tell you what, right?
There's no Alex Higgins questions.
The last question on this is the worst question in the round, given to me by you. That'll be the one that stops people from getting 10 out of 10 on this. I guarantee it.
We shall see.
I reckon we'll get at least 3 or 4 8s or 9s. Question 9. What was the last team David Beckham played for before he retired from football?
Is this why you were looking at how old his kids were?
No, it's just a picture of him when I researched the answer to make sure I knew it.
How old did you say the first one was? 20 or something?
I saw a photo of him and you thought he was 20. He does look a canny edge. I remember when he was like 2. What's his name again? Brooklyn.
Because he was conceived in Brooklyn. That's true.
Now, you need to stop talking there. Stop talking. Don't say anything else. I'll explain why. Remind me when we get the answer.
No, that's fine. Thinking away. Well, it could have just been hollybox.
Question 10. I'm so sorry. Lucy's been honestly getting quite angry about the fact that I haven't included this question in previous quizzes.
It makes me feel like my veins are filled with lava. That's how much rage
I
is
just
in my body.
Couldn't cope with the incessant whinging anymore. And also we did kind of put this in for Lucy's mate, who was never going to turn up anyway. I hope she watches this back.
Okay, Sam will get this. Daniel's not playing.
Sam's not getting this.
Sam will get this.
Well, no, Helen might get it.
Sam will get this. Faith will get this.
Faith's not getting it.
Straker will get it.
Straker will get it because he's a
hyper nerd. Faith will get it. Sheena will get it.
Sheena will get this, but that's good.
My mum should get it. Anything to say about Quidditch.
Yeah,
when Nelly joined that Quidditch team.
I don't blame you there, but I don't listen either. Anyway.
And this is traditional Quidditch. We're looking for traditional Quidditch. How many players are on the team?
What do you mean by traditional Quidditch?
Like none of the new stuff where they add extra players in at uni.
We're talking about Quidditch in the actual films. We're not talking about real life Quidditch because I don't know.
As a matter of fact, when we had our Harry Potter themed dinner party,
Lucy, man, we've got.
Did Sam and Helen not win a Quidditch through the ages book?
As it is, without you mentioning Harry Potter themed questions.
Our son is named after Harry Potter.
No, he is not. It's the only name we can agree on.
Because we both love Harry Potter.
I do not love Harry Potter.
That's why if we have another one, in particular, Voldemort.
I do not. Oh, my life. The answer to question 1, the San Siro football stadium is in Milan. Sam says, yes, we did win that Quidditch through the ages book.
He's read it.
The 2023 Rugby World Cup is being held in France, presuming COVID-19 is under control by then. Novak Djokovic is Serbian. I've just written Serbia, apparently there, so there's your first mistake. He is Serbian. The players mentioned there, Janove Valner, Zhang Jike and Deng Yiping are notable table tennis players. We have 3 table tennis players on the stream, so that's at least 3 there, and I'm sure other people can have taken a guess at that. I
wouldn't have guessed that.
I guarantee the Finns will get that. And the reason that I said you can have a guess is because of the Chinese names.
Right, are you saying
and also
badminton?
Because it's me,
badminton?
And also because we seem to have table tennis every week. Question 5. The current Solheim Cup champions are Europe. For those of you who don't know what the Solheim Cup is, it is a golf tournament. It is the female equivalent, the women's equivalent of the Ryder Cup, where Europe take on the United States of America. And my dad got that, as I should hope. The badly worded question 6, it was the Rumble in the Jungle. That was the name of the Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman fight in 1974. Rumble in the Jungle. A basketball hoop is 10 feet high. Nice round number. I hope some of you got that.
I put Craic a pussy.
Vladimir Klitschko is from Ukraine.
I would have said Russia.
David Beckham last played for Paris Saint-Germain.
I would have said Man United.
And this is why I said, because he's got a daughter called Paris, isn't it?
No, but you...
Has he got a daughter called Paris? Or have I totally made that up?
I don't think I think it's like Harper or something.
No, I'm sure it is Paris. Listen, someone correct me. Hello.
You need to consider my family when you're writing your sports questions. What about the sports they play?
What sport does your mum play?
She's a pretty staunch drinker. That's probably a sport. She probably plays pool when she's in the pub.
Well, I do. Pool question, probably. And there are 7 players in the Quidditch team.
Yeah.
I guess 6 yesterday. There are 3 chasers, 2 beaters, 1 seeker, and 1 keeper. There you go.
I said Harper. That was a guess. I must have read that somewhere.
I thought... No, I mean, I'm sure his daughter's called Beckham. I mean, Paris. Oh my God, I don't know. Anyway, let us know how you did, please. I'd like to hear, especially if you did get 8s and 9s. Let us know if you got 9 and the only one you couldn't get was the Quidditch question. Yeah, Braddo's got 8. Good effort. See, Gary got 5. Good score. Dan got 5. I keep wanting to call them the Wrinklies, but they're not Wrinklies. They're what are they called? Charlie's Angels. Got 7. Walton got 10. 10.
I don't believe that for a second.
See, I do, because Helen's sporty as well. So
yeah, you can be sporty and still not have a clue what some of them answers are.
There was, honestly, I don't think there was any particular, apart from the basketball one, which is a bit of a guess. I don't think there was any hugely difficult questions if you're a sports fan. Obviously, if you're not a sports fan, it's a hard round, in the same way that when I try to do musical rounds, I get 1.
Break time.
See, the Nerds and Adele got 5 as well. So decent scores. I'm very disappointed that Dale and Karen only got 5 though. Anyway, yes, it is now time for our break, and we will be back in we'll be back by 10 to 9. So we will put the picture round up for the duration. For those of you that have not been to the quiz before, the picture round is just tell us who the people are in the pictures in this instance. And there is a bonus point, an 11th point, if you can tell us what links all of these peoples. So we'll see you in a couple of minutes. And we are back.
Hello.
So yeah, some good scores in that round. Everyone Bill got 8, I think, in that round. Doing really well.
What did Faith say for the David Beckham one?
Right, so the question was...
I said Man United.
Which team did David Beckham play for? What was the last team that he played for? And Faith's answer was Spain. He's not Spanish. And obviously it wasn't a national team. I don't even know what to say to that. Yes, he played for England, yeah. Anyway.
Okay then, round 4. Right, so this week's music round is themed. All of the songs in this round are in movies. They are still mainstream songs, so you don't have to know the movie necessarily to get the song, but for some questions you do. So, question 1. Which Danny Williams song was featured in the 1961 movie Breakfast
Look, you can't multitask. Read your question. Stop looking at your phone.
Which Danny Williams song was featured in the 1961 movie Breakfast at Tiffany's?
I think you've bolded the wrong thing there again.
No, because it's the Danny Williams song. It's got nothing to do with Breakfast at Tiffany's, really. This was still number 1, this song, at the time. I think the first time it was performed live was in Breakfast at Tiffany's, so there's an interesting fact for you. But this song reached number 1. Back in 1961. Question 2. Which Righteous Brothers song do Goose and Maverick sing in Top Gun? Now, I think most people will probably know this, but if you don't, just have a guess. I think it's a very popular song. I think we've sang it live on the quiz before. Well, I have.
I was going to say, there's no we in that.
So question 2 is, which Righteous Brothers song do Goose and Maverick sing in Top Gun? If you want a little bit more of a clue, it's actually the song they sing when they're in the bar.
I don't think you need to give any more clues.
No, because this isn't the main Top Gun song. There's 2 other songs that are classed as the main Top Gun song.
Clearly identified that with the way that you've worded the question.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I'm not.
You do you. Yeah. Question 3. Which Disney movie features the song When You Wish Upon a Star?
What's the answer to this question?
Well, you'll find out the answers, won't you? I don't like this movie. I find it very depressing. It was always my Nana's favourite, though. Which Disney movie features the song...
That's such a naughty, blatant clue to
When
your
You Wish Upon a Star.
Naughty.
Well, no, because I don't know if anybody else would necessarily have talked about a favourite Disney movie. Question 4. Which movie's iconic ending features Don't You Forget About Me by Simple Minds?
Sam sent a photo of Annabelle wearing her Hogwarts PJs.
No, that's cute. So that is question 4. Which movie's iconic ending features Don't You Forget About Me by Simple Minds?
Faith's defence is that she was going through the thought process.
Yeah, I think that's a valid defence.
Spain, Nigeria, Zimbabwe.
Question 5. What does Hakuna Matata mean? Now, if you don't know the answer to this, try and just sing the song. It tells you. It literally tells you in the song.
Will you stop giving clues?
No, I will not.
It's because she knows that her previous round have been terrible.
That's not true.
So she feels
everybody right now. I'm going to do a poll. Whose rounds are better?
Give people a chance to get better scores rather than excluding.
I'm sorry. After that round that you have just done,
literally no one on YouTube chat got less than 5.
Right, then my slogan round scored really well. So there you go.
Oh, your slogan round was good. That was the best.
Question 5. What does Hakuna Matata mean? It's Swahili. For what? Question 6. There used to be a greying tower alone on the sea is the opening line to which song featured at the end of Batman Forever. Now, I was thinking about putting the artist in this.
Yeah, you possibly should have. I mean,
I can tell them. I've got a microphone.
This is a bit of a weird question because it's not really in the film.
Well, no, but it's just a link. And you would never associate it with the movie.
It's in the credits, basically.
Yeah. So it's at the end of the movie. It's a Seal song. Seal him with the disfigured face.
Disfigured? It's
He
a
has
bit
a
harsh.
disfigured face.
Pockmarked.
No, it's severely scarred, isn't it? I thought it was a fire thing.
Doesn't look like a burn to me.
I guess that was highly inappropriate of me. I do apologise. Question 6. There used to be a greying tower alone on the sea as the opening line to which song featured at the end of Batman Forever? Moving on. Question 7.
Dale and Karen said it looked like 0 for them this round, Lucy.
What was the name? I'm sorry that it doesn't feature Dale-specific music, but he's a very niche market. Question 7. What was the name of the Adele song
Someone's got to get this.
that featured in the title sequence
Come on, Dale.
to a movie of the same name?
One of my favourite films.
I'll just read that again while Duncan just stays quiet for a second. What was the name of the Adele song that featured in the title sequence to a movie of the same name? Right, what?
One of my favourite films.
Really? I think they're all crap.
Will you stop with the clues, man?
How's that a clue?
Honestly. Because you've just indicated that there's a series of movies.
Oh, no. What was the name of the Adele song that featured in the title sequence to a movie of the same name? Question 8.
I'm desperate to sing that.
What is the name of the musician who composed music in countless major Hollywood productions, including Harry Potter, Star Wars, Jurassic Park? There was many, many, many more of these movies as well that he composed music for. As a matter of fact, you can quite regularly go and see concert bands performing his scores, I think.
So Seal's scarring is the result of a type of lupus. So you're partially right, because it is scarring. It's not pockmark.
When I think of pockmarks, I think Gordon Ramsay. Like, I don't think Seal.
To be honest, his face is not what I thought it looked like. So,
and he's married, or he was married to a supermodel. What supermodel was he married to?
It's as a result of type lupus called discoid lupus erythematosus.
I mean, this is deterring from the question.
Which affects the skin and leaves large scars. I mean, he's done alright for himself, so he's probably not that bothered.
What is the name of the musician who composed music in countless major Hollywood productions, including Harry Potter, Star Wars, and Jurassic Park? Question 9. Which duo sang Mrs. Robinson? Now, this was my question and I got it wrong.
She even had the answer wrong.
I had the answer written in the answer page. I don't know if I've changed it.
Should we? No, we're not talking about what it is now.
Put it down.
Yeah, I doubt it.
So, which duo sang Mrs. Robinson in that movie featured? That song featured in the movie The Graduate, I believe. Good chat. Question 10.
Sorry, I was reading the YouTube chat. Apparently, Seal was married to Heidi
Klum. Question 10.
Stupid name.
Complete the missing lyrics. I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Girl, you just don't realise. Blanky, blanky, blank, blank. So this song features in The Guardians of the Galaxy.
Great song.
Very famous song. So you don't have to have seen Guardians of the Galaxy to know this movie. Know this song for definite. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Is that too much of a clue?
Yes. You cheater! Oh, you wait until your next round. I'm just going to read the answers out. Well, them up behind you like this.
You don't know any of them, so you're going to do that.
Complete Spain! The lyrics. I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Girl, you just don't realise. Blanky, blanky, blank. Right.
Blank, 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 blank.
Blanky, blanky, blank.
4 blanks.
Answers. Have a good look. We'll put them up. So if you missed any, if you need to, revise.
Yeah, give a second, because obviously your rounds are terrible. So
they're really not, especially with you just dishing the answers out left, right, and centre.
Oh, that was the answer.
Okay, so which Danny Williams song was featured in the 1961 movie Breakfast at Tiffany's? It was Moon River. Which Righteous Brothers song do Goose and Maverick sing in Top Gun? You've Lost That Loving Feeling. Which Disney movie features the song When You Wish Upon a Star? It's Pinocchio. That's the actual song, not just the opening bit, which is featured at the beginning of every single Disney movie. So don't try and be clever. It's Pinocchio.
Although, to be fair, you could argue.
No, I'm not arguing anything. That's the answer. That's what you've got to have.
You maybe give a half point for that, I think.
Nope. Which movie's iconic ending,
ambiguous wording,
features Don't You Forget About Me by Simple Minds? It's The Breakfast Club.
Another good song.
You only know it from Pitch Perfect. You've never seen The Breakfast Club.
No, I knew the song though.
Hakuna Matata means no worries for the rest of your days. There used to be a green tower, so that is from Kiss from a Rose. Interesting fact, right? Seal wrote this song and then chucked it in the corner because he didn't like it and thought it was just going to go in the bin before it got picked up.
That's a good song.
Movie.
It's good
So,
what? So this picked up by this movie, really?
Yeah, it got picked up by someone and used for this movie, and that's how it got famous.
Be careful,
so it was
that Nelly isn't it?
He wrote it months and months and months and months before it was released, like 10 months or something, and he was going to chuck it, and then it got made famous. There used to be a green tower. Skyfall was the Adele song.
Skyfall.
And it was a James Bond movie.
You can have a point if you write it Sky F-A-W, because that's how we should pronounce it. Skyfall.
It was John Williams. He is the musician, and I think that is a great name to have. And you could say he always scores, couldn't you?
Which duo sang Mrs. Robinson, Lucy?
Not Robson and Jerome. It was Simon and Garfunkel. And complete the missing lyrics. It was What You Do to Me.
You kind of tried to fight with me a little bit about that as well.
Right, I don't know why I thought it was Robson and Jerome. I even saw a picture of them and still thought it was Robson and Jerome.
Let us know how you did, please. Let us know your scores. I'd imagine most people got it really quite low. Oh, that's a 0.
For who? When my dad got 9.
I'm only joking. Yeah, I would expect your dad and Tan to do well, obviously. That's an 8 for Faith and James, though. 7 for Tracy. Finn's got 4. 6 for Wendy. Oh, okay, I'll let you off, Lucy.
Did anyone put Robson and Jerome for number 9?
You can detract a point from your total score. If that's the case.
I can't stop this feeling.
Brad has got 10. Oh, good lad.
Okay, this tea towel is anybody's. What we're going to do, we'll have a tie. If we have a tie, I'm going to come up with a bonus question.
If we have a tie, we'll just give it to whoever isn't Sheena.
No, that's not nice.
No offence, sis.
That's not nice. She wants the tea
It's only because she's won 37 times.
I'm going to think of a bonus question.
So the 5th round is history and geography. I am going to apologise in advance. This one is quite tough.
Yeah, you said that to every one of your rounds.
No, I haven't. The general knowledge one was all right. This one is quite tough, I think. I still think we'll get some high scores, but we may get some low scores as well. I apologise in advance. Let me just check.
Cut the tea towel in half and we can do this.
That's a good idea.
I'll tell you what, we'll give one person the tea towel and one person can have this t-shirt that I've worn and I'll sign it.
Will got 9 in that round and Avrondale got 8. They're doing really well. I think average score of 8. Excellent. And let's get straight in. Question 1. Name one of the Palestinian territories occupied by Israel since the war in 1967. I'll be a little bit careful about how I worded this question. Dale says, can the towel be the wooden spoon? i.e. the lowest, the prize for the lowest score.
Tin cup.
Yeah. No, we'll get a different prize for that, Dale. Maybe some lion poo. You can't actually order that online, by the way. We nearly did it at work.
When my dad wanted it, he wanted to go halfsies because get rid of cats.
Name one of the Palestinian territories occupied by Israel since the war in 1967. Question 2. Which mountain is closest to space?
I'm just preempting a tiebreaker question.
Okay, good. Which mountain is closest to space? Question 3. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched the world's first artificial satellite into space. What was its name? In 1957, the Soviet Union launched the world's first artificial satellite into space. What was its name? Question 4. What is the most densely populated city in the world?
I got this wrong.
What was your? Yeah, you did actually. Yeah, don't give your answer because it is would be a common answer, I think. Claire's saying that for question 8 in the previous round, your John Williams question, she said Hans Zimmer because he did Harry Potter as well.
Mm-hmm. Did he do Jurassic Park?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he did all of them.
Does he always score?
Good effort though. What is the most densely populated city in the world? Question 5. In which year did the Japanese attack Pearl Harbor?
Now, if you notice, a lot of these questions are kind of based on we didn't start the fire.
They're not.
Some of them are.
One of them is.
I wonder if people are going to do some actual work and read up on serial killers for next Saturday's round.
Ooh, that would be interesting. In which year did the Japanese attack Pearl Harbor? So are you guaranteed that is that what you're actually?
Yeah, that's what my you know.
That was my recommendation. So.
My
recommendation was crime in general. Yeah, you might have to expand it to crime in general, depending on. I know there's quite a few serial killers. Anyway, question 6. What is the capital of Libya?
But if we're doing a quiz round on them, are we glorifying them? Do we want to do that? I suppose I've already quite glorified them.
I would like to see Charlie's Angels, Faith and James, Avril and Bill, and James Bradbury, our new superstar, with 10 on this round. What is the capital of Libya? I mean, Avril and Bill, that's a head teacher and a deputy head teacher. You know, good general knowledge.
Did they teach in Libya?
Question 7. Who led the Confederate Army during the American Civil War? I am not looking for the name of the Confederate president. I am looking for the name of the soldier who led the army. It's the more common answer.
For this one as well. Remember, I said.
I'm going to actually say that because if that was your guess, then you don't deserve anything anyway. Lucy's genuine answer to this question was Napoleon.
They are very hard questions.
Napoleon Bonaparte, the Frenchman, who led the Confederate Army during the American Civil War.
He was the only person I could think of who led an army.
Good. Okay, fair enough. Well done. Good logic. Question 8. Apart from Dutch and French, what is the other official language of Belgium? It only has 0.4% of the population that speak it, I believe. Apart from Dutch and French, what is the other official language of Belgium? You know, as I'm going through this, Lucy, I'm not actually convinced it's as hard as I thought it was.
I think it's really hard.
I think we'll get a few low scores, but I think we'll get to 9s and 10s. Question 9. This one's a bit tricky, I guess, maybe. Who assassinated Abraham Lincoln?
This could be a weird song, because he's in the song, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Question 9. Who assassinated Abraham Lincoln? And question 10. This one's a bit easier. Is Australia in the northern or the southern hemisphere? It's also in the eastern hemisphere, but is it in the northern or the southern hemisphere? discuss it. Is Australia in the northern or the southern hemisphere? Lucy has just written a note that says, "Shall we order pizza?" ?
I can't decide.
I've already had one takeaway this week and I'll get another tomorrow.
Oh, we'll just leave it. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah.
I don't really fancy the other option, though, I'll be honest.
We should have been more prepared. I wasn't prepared today.
Okay, here are the questions. I'll give you a little second to have a look. Don't know. Maybe a pizza.
There's no point me writing them down. Just
say them. Just say them. The answer to question 1, you could have had
always get pizza. That's a good one.
West Bank, Gaza Strip, or East Jerusalem. I apologise if that question was offensive to anyone. It is not meant to be. West Bank, Gaza Strip, or East Jerusalem. The mountain closest to space is Chimborazo. Even though Everest is the largest mountain in the world, Chimborazo is closer to space because it must have a higher starting level. It must be further above sea level.
I would be interested to know if anybody got that right.
I mean, yeah, I'll write me down to that. 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik. I only put that question in because it's got a mint name. That is tropical. Sputnik. The most densely populated city in the world is Manila. That is a hard question, I think. Mumbai is a common answer to that question as well. It's 4th now, actually, behind Philippines, behind 3 Filipino cities.
I thought you said it was Mumbai.
It was, and then when I did some research, it turns out it is no longer. The Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor in 1941, which is what drew the Americans into World War II. The capital of Libya is Tripoli. Robert E. Lee led the Confederate Army during the American Civil War. German is the third official language of Belgium, with 0.4% of the population speaking that natively.
One of the Belgian trains and Thomas the Tank Engine speaks French.
Thank you. John Wilkes Booth assassinated Abraham Lincoln, and Australia is, of course, in the southern hemisphere. Let us know how you scored.
Like John Williams.
I don't know if people saw that, but Lucy just slapped me in the face.
I didn't know. I high-fived you in the face.
Dan got 3 and Sarah got 2 of them. Well done, Sarah. Did anyone get Chimborazo? William and Claire got 7. Sheena and Phoebe got 8. 6 for the nerds. Adele got 4. Wendy got 5. I think that's pretty decent, to be honest. I hope Avril and Bill do well in this one. I'd like to see at least an 8 off Avril and Bill. Charlie's Angels are asking what happened to Walloon in question 8. It's not listed as an official language. I don't know how that works, but I did actually research that. I don't know. You can have a half point if you did put Walloon. Brad has only got 6 in that one. Oh, James, man, letting yourself down, son. Wallinator and Helen got 5. So some decent scores there. Decent scores.
Last round.
Let's get straight in.
Film and TV. Nelly pushed a button. Sorry. Yeah.
Lucy has managed to not knack me quiz so far. So that's good. But I'll probably end up doing it now. Anyway, straight in.
Yeah. Question 1. Which actor delivers the line "Get to the chopper" in the 1987?
Can I do the accent?
No, because it gives it away, man. Why are you cheating on mine when mine are relatively normal questions?
Relatively normal.
Yeah. In the 1987 Predator movie. Question 1. Which actor delivers the line "Get to the chopper" in the 1987 Predator movie? Cool.
I'm dying to do the accent.
We can do the answers.
Question.
Stop it. It's enough time. Question 2. What is Homer Simpson's middle name? What is Homer Simpson's middle name? Why are you shaking your head?
Tracy got 8 on that last round.
That's really good.
Really good score, yeah.
Question 3. Which actor took over the role of Albus Dumbledore in Harry Potter when Richard Harris passed away? So Richard Harris was in the first 2 movies.
7.5 for Avril and Bill. 7.5.
How do you get a half? What were you going half?
Because of the Walloon question, the Belgian one.
So this was last week's T-shirt clue. Which actor took over the role of Albus Dumbledore in Harry Potter when Richard Harris passed away? Richard Harris was infinitely better as well, wasn't he?
Yeah,
so much better.
Yeah,
so much better. And at least Richard Harris bothered himself to read the books, unlike this guy. Question 4. Ron Swanson is a character in which iconic TV show? I would say that Ron Swanson is possibly my favourite TV character
Ron Swanson
of
is absolutely
all time.
incredible.
I love Ron Swanson.
If you haven't seen the thing,
show, yeah.
I nearly get the answer away.
Yeah, no, you did.
But I stopped.
Well done.
I have learned. He is just brilliant. He's just great. So it's impossible to describe him. He's just mint.
He's just Ron, isn't he? Ron Swanson is a character in which iconic TV show?
It's easier to describe other people as being like Ron than it is to describe what Ron's like.
Yeah. Question 5. In what movie does Bill Murray play a self-centered weatherman living the same day over and over?
Weatherman.
Was this last week's question? Or am I remembering it wrong? Did I have this in last week?
Don't think so.
No? In what movie does Bill Murray play a self-centered weatherman living the same day over and over and over again? Question 6. I know I'm going through them quite quickly, but I'm going to leave the answers on at the end a little bit longer before we reveal. Which actress played Buffy the Vampire Slayer in the hit TV show of the same name? We love Buffy, don't we? We watched them all a few years ago, can you remember, from start to finish? Very dated now, though.
It is very dated.
Good, though.
And most of the acting is pretty terrible. The CGI is terrible. But there is something about it.
It's good. It's because in this show, the pretty girl chases the monsters, when normally the monsters chase the pretty girl. It's backwards. Which actress played Buffy the Vampire Slayer in the hit TV show of the same name? Question 7. On Wednesdays, We Wear Pink is a quote from which 2014 comedy?
2014?
4. 2004.
Why did you say 2014 then, Pat?
I said 2014
Promise
comedy.
You.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fair enough. 2014. 2004.
Teen comedy. Yeah. So on Wednesdays We Wear Pink is a quote from which 2004 comedy for teens? Question 8. Which British comedy actor, legendary comedy actor I would say, provided the voice of Zazu in the original Lion King? If anybody comes back with the most recent Lion King and says it's the same guy or not, I haven't got a clue. I haven't seen it. I don't want to see it because the first Lion King, I'm still traumatized by
it. Is very traumatic.
So, which comedy actor, he is British, provided the voice for Zazu in the original Lion King movie? The cartoon one. Question 9. James Gandolfini played the lead role in which American crime drama series? No, don't give any clues or say anything about James Gandolfini.
Didn't you say that you thought this question was too hard?
No, I didn't say this question was too hard. You said this question was too easy, and I said it depends if you know it or not.
Yeah, I think pretty much everyone look at this.
Well, hopefully, give everybody a fighting chance for the world's best tea towel. James Gandolfini played the lead role. Yeah, but I've got a tiebreaker question, so we're all good. Played the lead role in which American crime drama series? Last question before we give you the answers and then the picture round answers. Question 10. Which character is played by Gary Oldman in Batman Begins? Also in The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, but Batman Begins was what I was focusing on for some reason. So which character is played by Gary Oldman in Batman Begins?
Cracking actor.
Gary Oldman's sensational.
Some people say I look like him.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't. You look like the guy from American History.
Well, right now, maybe. Maybe it was when I had a bit of hair. Gary
Oldman's like 60 odd, isn't he?
No. I had a hard head around that.
So there are your 10 questions. We're going to put the answers up now, let you have a look through them, and then we'll tell you the answer. That's all we can do, really, isn't it? That's all anybody can ask.
Have you ordered my pizza yet?
Well, no, because he said not and then my phone died, so I'm confused. Should we just have toast? Fancy toast. Right, here we go. Question 1.
Dan says he just told Sarah that I look like Ed Norton and she's creased.
Yeah, because you do.
I mean, there is that one photo from American History X where I do look a little bit like him. I take that as nothing but a compliment. He's a handsome bloke. You know what I mean?
Isn't he one? Yeah, so he's one of the Hulks. There you go.
There we go.
Ferrigno Norton, Ruffalo.
Don't stop, man.
Which actor delivers the line, "Get to the chopper"? There you go, you do your accent.
Get to the chopper!
In the 1987 Predator movie, it was Arnold Schwarzenegger. What is Homer Simpson's middle name? It is J. Homer J. Simpson. Which actor took over the role of Albus Dumbledore in Harry Potter when Richard Harris sadly died? It was Michael Gambon.
This was the T-shirt clue.
Oh my god, he was terrible.
Lucy's T-shirt, which is actually my T-shirt. Anyway,
that I had made for you.
Yeah, that she had made last week, said Snape didn't kill Dumbledore.
Gambon did. Gambon literally murdered.
Anyway, next.
Ron Swanson is from Parks and Recreation. If you haven't seen it, just don't even watch the rest of the answers, just go and watch it now. In what movie does Bill Murray play a self-centered weatherman living the same day over and over? It is Groundhog Day. It was Sarah Michelle Gellar who played Buffy the Vampire Slayer. On Wednesdays We Wear Pink is from Mean Girls. Very famous quote, to the point where in Asda and stuff they have pyjamas with that written on.
I thought it was Legally Blonde.
Which British comedy actor provided the voice for Zazu? It was Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean. James Gandolfini the late James Gandolfini actually, played the lead role in The Sopranos. And Gary Oldman played Commissioner Jim Gordon in Batman. You can have Commissioner Gordon or you can have Jim Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
It's up to you.
As long as you've got both Commissioner and part of the name.
Send your answers through and we will...
Let us know how you did on the scores. So we are coming towards the end now. We'll do the answer for the picture round.
Remember the picture round's out of 11 as well.
Yeah, picture round's out of 11. Make sure you've told up your scores so far and you know where you're up to.
My phone's dead, so if anyone's just contacting me, just message Duncan.
3 for Dale, 7 for your dad and Tan, 5 for Adele and AJ, 6 for the Finns, 7 for Deb and Gary. Wendy scored 8 that round, that's a cracking score. 9 for Tracy, very good. 7 for Charlie's Angels, 10 for Sheena.
Don't look at me like that. That's not my fault.
James is after James's initial few brilliant rounds, he's properly letting himself down now. He's only got 6. 6 for the nerds. And I think that's pretty much everyone.
So should we move on to the picture round?
Will got 9, good score.
He's
got 7 for Avril and Bill in that round as well. Let's go to the answers for the pictures.
10 for Dan and Sarah.
Dan?
Round 6.
You got 10. Cracking effort. Well done. Good. And here are your picture round answers. Harper Lee, Muhammad Ali, David Bowie, Gene Wilder, Prince, Debbie Reynolds, George Michael, Alan Rickman, Carrie Fisher, and Terry Wogan. And the link is that they all sadly died in that horrendous year we had in 2016.
Died. Everybody, all the great celebrities died. You don't have to say 2016, I don't think. I think you can just say they're all dead.
No, of course you can't.
Why?
Because that's a ridiculous thing to say.
I was going to call the round dead famous.
You do have to specify 2016, or at the very least something along the lines of they all died in the same year. Yeah.
Harsh.
Yeah.
Right, so that is out of 11, that round.
Yeah, so you get a point for you can have a point for the link, even if you don't get the rest of
so we just guessed.
Yeah, so if you had 6 of the 10
when we had the Star Wars
photos,
round a few weeks ago,
but you got the link, you can have 7. Ooh, 10 for your mum and Gary.
Did you not get the link?
6.
Or did you get the link and not get one of the people?
And Dan got 10 on the bonus. I'm not sure what on the bonus means. 9 for Adele and AJ, 6 for the Waltons.
I want to cry just looking at Alan Rickman's little face, man. It's so sad.
So let us know your total scores. Some really good total scores. William had 61. William and Claire, 61. That's an excellent score.
Out of 71.
I was 71, yeah, that's right, yeah. 54 for Charlie's Angels. 45 for Johnny. What was Wendy's team name again?
Johnny Vegas.
Johnny Vegas, right, okay. So, yeah, 45 then. Good score. 37 for Dale and Karen. 33 for the Finns. But Hazard's asked if he can just buy the prize. Yeah, Hazard, we can sell you that towel for, it's only €80. 50 for the Nerds. 67.5 for Sheena.
Anyone beat 67.5?
No one beat 67.5. Bradbury, how much did you get? 58.5. You let yourself down with those last rounds, and you were doing really well. I think that's what did Avril and Bill get?
Tracy get back because Tracy was doing pretty well.
Avril and Bill have done well, but not well enough to beat Sheena, I don't think. Dale and Karen says they won't be back next week unless we ask questions that they know the answers to. So we'll have to do death metal, table tennis, and cycling. Yeah.
Banks.
And banks. Yeah, there we go, mint.
But then Sheena would get all them as well. And,
Dale worked for BT, so some BT specific questions. Okay, so anyway, thank you very much for joining us. If that was your first time of joining us, please let us know what you thought. Feel free to give us
only if it's positive though. I can't be doing negative.
You can give me the negative. I like the negative. I thrive on criticism. It only makes you get better. If you've got any ideas for rounds, etc., fire those across as well.
I think Claire might be doing a guest round,
and then Lucy will just ignore them because Lucy does what Lucy wants to do.
No, for my rounds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm not giving up my rounds because they're the staples: general knowledge, sport, and history.
We could have a guest writer do your rounds.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. I wasn't talking about that. No, I was talking about if people give ideas for rounds.
Yeah, but they've got to be sensible ideas. You can't give us like crosswords. We can't do a crossword on
anyway, so yeah, thank you for coming, and we will be doing another quiz next week at 8 p.m. Hopefully on time this time. I've worked out what went wrong with the computer. So it should be all right.
And well done, Sheena.
Yeah, well done, Tequila Mockingbird. Your tea towel
winging its way to you.
After I wipe my bum on it.
Quite soon.
Anyway.
I'll wash it and press it.
Thank you. Bye.